Hello everyone, Stormy Strike here, and this is a weird kind of mishmash of different things in this video. I'm going to talk about some personal life stuff, which connects back to model horse related things. I'm going to talk about my top 10 model horse purchases from 2023, my New Year 2024 goals, a milestone giveaway, and just a lot of stuff. So let's get into it. First off, I'm planning on not focusing on working on videos for a while, which is why it's even been taking me a long time to get this video out. I originally meant to have this video out back in November. I'm not completely taking a break from YouTube or anything like that. I will still try to have at least one new video out every month if I can, but YouTube is just not the job I'm mainly focusing on right now. Instead, I'm currently trying to focus on my other job, which I'll get into more in a moment. Part of that is selling off some of my stuff, which includes some model horses. I feel like I've been bringing it up a lot lately in videos and social media, but I am trying to downsize my model horse collection by hopefully a lot, because there are just way too many models, more models than I can ever display in my house or really ever truly enjoy, because there are just too many. So that's one of the things I've been working on, and I do still have a video planned to go over my process of how I'm downsizing. I don't know when that video will be out, but at some point I'll do that. Shameless plug, I am selling my models online on Instagram, Facebook, and eBay. I'll probably also be expanding out to model horse sales pages and later a model horse sales site, which is not publicly released yet. But links to all those places are in the description if you are interested in checking anything out. I was going to show off more models in this video for sale, but I honestly don't have a whole lot up for sale at the moment because I've sold a lot recently. I'm not really able to list all the models I'm selling all at once, so instead I post them for sale in batches of a few to a dozen or so at a time. This is a gradual process, and because I have just tons and tons of models to sell, I expect that I will be doing this for at least the next couple years. So bear with me on actually getting all those models posted for sale. Quick note about selling, I may or may not be selling models at Breyerfest. Have not decided yet, and I probably will not know for sure until closer to Breyerfest. As I mentioned, only part of my time is dedicated to selling models, which is why I don't get more of them up for sale quicker. Most of my time is currently dedicated to working on getting rid of the stuff that was my mom's. I talked about what happened in a previous video, but that was a while ago now, so I'm going to give a summary of what happened again. My mom used to be a vintage dealer and collector of various things, mainly vintage toys and dolls. There was a point in her life where she was dealing with different stuff going on. She stopped working as much, and she shopped a lot more. Essentially, more items were coming in than going out, which meant that stuff began to pile up everywhere. Our house, our backyard, a huge storage unit, just thousands and thousands of items, literally everywhere. My mom then got rectal cancer and completely stopped working. When she passed away in 2022, me and my dad were left with all this old inventory and collections to deal with. While me and my dad have been working at this for maybe close to 2 years now, there's still a ton of stuff to deal with, and our house is still a mess. As of recording this video, we still have a storage unit that we are trying to hopefully get rid of by the end of this month. While me and my dad have always had a pretty strong focus on trying to get rid of stuff and get our house back in order and all fixed up nice and such, we now have a pretty big and important deadline coming up, which is having my fiancé move in with us at the end of the summer, probably about mid-August specifically. The reason why for that specific time frame is because there is a master's program at the college that just so happens to be near my house that my fiancé really wants to go to. He has applied and will hopefully attend in the fall if he gets accepted. For further context, my fiancé and I currently live about 50 miles apart from each other, so seeing each other is a bit of a commute, and obviously so would be college if my fiancé wants to go to that specific one. The best option for a lot of different reasons would be if he could just move in with me. We've also, of course, just been planning to live together at some point anyway. Also, I realize I know I've talked about getting engaged on social media, but in case you don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram, and this is the first time you're hearing this, Yes, I did get engaged. I got engaged back in September to this wonderful, sweet man who I am just crazy compatible with and love so much. Later in October, we also got engagement photos taken at Disneyland, which came out super cute. Back to the deadline situation before I start gushing over my partner. So him hopefully moving in is very exciting, but until me and my dad can get the house fixed up so that it's even possible for another person to live with us, it is also very stressful right now. I know to some it might sound like something that wouldn't take very long to just get everything out and clean out the house, but trust me, our current situation is very complicated and not easy to manage. We are surrounded mostly by items that are worth a good amount of money, items that are worth too much to just get rid of, so it's not as easy as just tossing everything out and being done with it. I also have to wholeheartedly admit that I deal with a lot of stress and burnout and emotional grief and stuff every day. Well, ideally, I'd like to be able to work 12 hours a day every day to get everything done as soon as possible. Obviously, that's just not mentally possible for really anyone. And so each day there's only so much I'm able to handle before my brain basically shuts down and has said it's had enough. So that's the gist of my life right now, and the explanation of why I won't be focusing as much on YouTube for a while either. Hopefully when things get more settled, I'll be able to do videos a little more frequently. There's a lot of different kinds of videos I'd like to do, including things like customizing. I really want to be able to do more art and customizing. Don't have the space or energy for it right now. When my fiancé moves in, you'll also get to see him show up in some videos occasionally. I have some model horse and horse-related video ideas to do with him that I think a lot of you would get a kick out of. My fiancé knows very little about horses, by the way, which I think is what would partly make those videos extra fun. At some point, whenever I have my collection finally all out on display, I will also finally be able to do my long-awaited and demanded updated collection tour video. I just have tons of fun plans and ideas for the future of things I want to make, videos I want to share, so much fun stuff, but I'm currently in the difficult stages of getting to that point. So until then, I thank you all for sticking with me thus far. Now let's take a break from all that heavy life stuff and do something light and fun by sharing my top 10 model horse purchases from 2023. This is a fun trend that I started participating in a couple years ago maybe, and I wanted to do it again this year. I was originally going to do the top 5 version, but I had a seriously hard time even picking out my top 10 models, so doing top 5 was just extremely difficult. Here are my top 10 model horse purchases of 2023 in roughly the order that I got them. First is Under the Sea, a BreyerFest 2011 special run. She was a grail of mine for a while. Then there is Magpie, a Collector Club Lottery Web special from this year. This gorgeous holographic and sea green Aldrich medallion from Mel Miller Equine Art. The Rainbow Decorator 7 Art Surprise model from BreyerFest 2021. Troubadour, a Premier Club 2020 model. Then there are some BreyerFest 2023 special runs here. Speos, the amazingly detailed Nemea, and Pinatine the donkey, who I just realized isn't a horse. And I also technically traded for this guy. I didn't purchase him, but I did purchase the model that I traded for him with on the same day, so maybe he still counts. I don't know, but I really love this little donkey. Number 9 is this Peter Stone-ish from the Clarion. I don't know what his original name is. And then lastly, Hyacinth, this beautiful purple unicorn mare. This was seriously a really hard list to do. There were several other models that I was like, oh, should it be this one instead? Like with Sail, the Christmas horse, or the Shelby models from earlier in the year. Oh my gosh, there's just been so many beautiful models. Since it is the new year, I want to share my New Year's goals for this year. But first, I want to give an update on how my New Year's goals from last year went. While I didn't usually set New Year's resolutions or anything like that, last year I did decide to try out doing some New Year's goals for the first time. These were my 2023 goals. My first one was to sell models, ideally sell or list at least 50 models. And how did that go? Well, I actually surpassed that goal. Between selling online and selling at Breyer Fest, I sold about 75 models in total last year. My second goal was to finish my collection unboxing series on YouTube, and I did that as well. I have a playlist with all those videos that you can watch if you haven't seen them yet and are interested in checking them out. My third goal was to continue doing art, ideally at least once a month. I didn't fully keep track of this one, but I am pretty sure that I did end up doing at least a little bit of art every month. Unfortunately, I don't really have much art to actually post and share with because I was mostly working on personal things, sketching out ideas, and just different stuff that I can't share with you all yet. But I did technically also do a little bit of model horse related art too with Breyer Fest. I successfully completed all 3 of my goals in 2023, and I am pretty proud of that. That is also partly because I had just set reasonable goals for myself. I didn't set something that I knew was going to be extremely difficult for me to achieve or anything like that. Which brings us now to my new 3 goals for 2024. My main goal is to get the house in order so that my fiance can move in later this year. And even after he moves in, I want to try and help my dad fix up the house more, make it nicer. I want to start figuring out how I'm going to display all my collectibles and horses and things like that. My second goal is a repeat from last year, which is to continue to downsize my collection and sell models. My third goal is another art-related goal, which is to finish the design of my new Horsona character, who will also kind of like become my YouTube mascot. I actually meant to finish that by the end of last year, but that didn't end up happening. I have worked on playing around with her design a lot, but I haven't really committed to a final design yet. My goal is to get that done by May when I celebrate my 15th year of being on YouTube. I'll have a little celebration for that, including another giveaway, by the way. That's not exactly a yearly goal, however, so in addition to that, I want to make some fun things with my new Horsona character, like a sticker design to give out at Breyer Fest, and like a little talking horse head of her to put in my videos, kind of like a little PNG tuber sort of thing. Before I go on to talk about the giveaway, I just want to give my general plans right now in regards to attending different Breyer events this year. First Breyer event is Breyer West in March in Denver, Colorado. Unfortunately, I'm not currently planning on attending Breyer West this year due to money and stress and the stuff I've already talked about. I won't 100% rule it out because it could be possible I might decide to go like kind of last minute, but I do doubt it. This year, Breyer does have a Collector Club event, which will be in May, called Spokes and Spurs in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Entry for that has actually just recently gone up as I'm recording this, but I am not going to try and enter for that event because while I would love to go to something like that, again, time, money, stress, things like that, and Oklahoma is even more difficult for me to travel to than Denver. Hopefully some year I'll be able to go to a Breyer Collector Club event in person. And lastly is, of course, Breyer Fest. I am still planning on going to Breyer Fest this year. I really don't have any exact plans to share about that yet, though. I'll just have to give updates when it gets closer to the event. Now for the final topic of this video, the giveaway. I had mentioned on Instagram that I'd be doing a little giveaway once I hit 40,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and last month I reached that milestone. This giveaway is for a Breyer Classic or Freedom Series 2014 Horse of the Year Appendix Quarter Horse on the Standing Thoroughbred mold. Oh my goodness, that was a mouthful. Plus one of my handmade beaded rope halters that fits both classic scale models or smaller traditional scale models, like traditional scale ponies, and then also a stablemate model. This giveaway is completely free to enter and it is open to any country that USPS currently ships to. The giveaway will include a link to the areas that I unfortunately can't ship to right now, but I should be able to ship to most places. To enter, all you have to do is go to the link in the comments, fill out your name or username and email address so I have a way to contact you if you win. Click on the little button by click here to enter, and then that's it. You'll be entered into the giveaway. The giveaway will be open for 4 weeks, closing at the end of the day on February 8th. Remember, if you like giveaways, to make sure you keep an eye on my YouTube channel on May 21st because I'm going to be having at least one giveaway will be for an older traditional Breyer Web Special model. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts on the BreyerFest 2024 models, I will be having a video about that next month. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone!